I want to become famous because I almost get whatever I want. Sometimes it can be irritating, but it's still fun. It's still you get a lot of attention, you get a lot of fans. Like we're just walking on the street and then just people coming to you. They're saying like, "Oh, hey, I know you. You know, you're really famous and everything." So it's fun, but sometimes it can be irritating.
When will I be famous?
Wherever we are, fame is what brings us together. No matter what language you speak, what religion you believe in, what race or gender you are, you will always know who people like Michael Jackson, Meryl Streep, Lady Gaga, or Barack Obama are. But becoming famous is getting harder every day. More people are nowadays longing to get noticed, appreciated, and liked for what they do. But why do we do this? Why do so many of us have this obsession and crave for fame? What motivates us to fight against all these odds just for people to notice our name?
I have to admit, I am one of those people. I want to become famous. Why? Because I want others to appreciate what I do the way I do it. With fame, there also come more opportunities as people know who you are, so you can continue doing what you love. I believe you can get further in your career and in life if you're famous.
I know why I want to become famous, but is it the same for others? Firstly, does fame mean the same thing to other people?
Famous means, for example, when loads of people know you, or loads of people know your movies.
To be known by everyone.
To be really talented and people to hear them singing and they know that they can make it.
People know who you are, and yeah, they know everything what you do.
Well, hopefully you're famous for a good thing, and then lots of people know you and you're kind of idolized.
I think the most appropriate definition for fame would be that it is the phenomenon by which people think they know me as being famous, from in a mediated form. So they don't know me as a person, but they think they know me. They have the illusion they know me. There's not only a few people who know me, but there are lots of people in a certain context, for example, in the country, who know a specific person or who think to know them.
So we can all agree that you're famous when lots of people know you. But why would anyone want that?
So the whole world sees you, and because if you're famous, you have a lot of money.
For free food.
Some people need attention to feel good about themselves.
To get attention and earn money.
Yes, the typical answer to this question is to get a lot of money. But is money really the reason for fame? I know I don't want to become rich. So my question is, why? Why do people want to become famous? I'm ready to find out. Are you?
In order for me to find out the answer to this question, I need to interview people who I knew wanted to become famous. And who better to ask than street musicians? These people do what they do in order to get attention. So could that also mean that they wanted to become famous? I wanted to find out. And where better to go and look for people who want to become famous than the state of glamour, red carpets, money, and celebrities? I was off to California.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be served like California. You'd see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too.
After finally arriving in San Francisco, I took the opportunity and found out what the San Francisco street musicians wanted to achieve by playing their music. The band Hideaway Gang caught my attention with their cool 60s look and rock and roll music.
We've been doing this a long time. We're a sort of regular band. We play venues and so on. But we've been playing on the street, I guess, how long? 10 years? 10 years. So we've done it. It's not something we do every weekend, but we do it once in a while.
Why did you start?
We started way back. There was an advert. Søren and his friend then Torben. They had an advert for a drummer. I came as a drummer. Being a drummer, you're sitting at the back. You're sitting at the back. So at some point, I thought I need to be at the front. So I took over the role of singing. We got another drummer in, and yeah, we kind of been playing ever since. So.
What do you want to achieve by doing this?
We just want to have fun. That's the be-all and end-all of it.
So not being famous or anything?
No. We've all. This isn't what we live from. This is what we do for a hobby. This is what we do for fun.
So this particular band is only playing for fun, and I'm sure that's what it's all about for some other people too. But there must have been an explanation for him wanting to be the main singer at the front instead of being a drummer at the back. Could that have been fame? My next destination was Santa Cruz, with a boardwalk in the summer, a concert every Friday night, and a beautiful beach that was meant to be someone longing to become famous.
I've waited for you to come around, but you come in waves, in and out and away you go. I keep waiting for you, but you never return. I've been waiting for you since the day we were born, but then again, we were never here. I keep waiting for you, but in vain I fear, in vain.
What do you want to achieve by doing this?
Well, this is how I make my living, and then, you know, and also I get to practice and play a lot and perform a lot by doing this, and also, you know, I hope to take my career to the next level soon, so, yeah.
So you want to become famous?
I don't know if famous, but just not playing on the street my entire life, you know, and like, you know, being able to tour and stuff, you know, and open up for someone that's bigger than me, and just get to have different experiences, play different venues, you know, and yeah, get a little more exposure.
And why would you want to do that?
Why? Because it would make life a lot easier. No. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, for the adventure of it, you know, and for life experience, and it'd be awesome.
Again, not keen on the word famous, but Claire did want to be known and tour because it would make her life easier. So, am I asking the wrong question? Do people actually want to become famous?
Growing amounts of, especially young people, tend to have the ambition to become famous. People tend to want to become famous in the sense that if you look at reality television, you see that thousands, especially young people, want to become a participant in this kind of programs. And if you ask them why they want to do so, quite a lot of them say they want to become famous in one way or another, by singing, by performing, by playing. Well, and for some it isn't even, they aren't even quite sure in what way they want to become famous, or they are quite unsure of the specific talents they have. In fact, the real purpose behind it seems to be to become famous. Just that.
Even my friends back in Holland want to become famous.
Do you want to become famous?
Hell yeah, you know, it's a good thing.
Hey. And why do you want to become famous?
Like, to use that position to change things, you know, in a positive way. So.
In the future, I'd definitely like to become famous. See, you know, my hard work.
I want to be a film director. So yeah, so I kind of want to be famous. People watch my movies if I make them.
So there are people who want to become famous because of a good reason, to use their fame to help others, to be appreciated or be recognized for what they can do. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. Maybe San Francisco and Santa Cruz wasn't popular for wannabe celebrities. But there is one place in the world which is popular for this, and there's no question about it.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. They wanna make it in.
This is where it all begun, the fame madness. Where the first movies were made, where the first movies were shown, where the Oscars take place, and where all the young talents come to show what they got.
It's got to be good. You get it right now, yeah.
After looking into it, I found out that Santa Monica Beach is one of the most popular destinations for street musicians. A beautiful area with beaches, shops, restaurants, and live music.
In the night I hear them talk, the coldest story ever told. How so far along this road he lost his soul to a woman so heartless.
And what do you want to achieve by this?
Exactly what I'm doing. You know, just being out sharing the songs I write, and I do some cover tunes also with people. You know, just to share that energy, you know, with people. That's it. If it goes further, it does. If it doesn't, it just doesn't. You know, but I'm happy right now. So.
And do you want to become famous?
No, I don't want to become famous. My ultimate goal is to touch people with a message.
Well, I've achieved a lot so far. I'm 25. I've performed in over 140 countries or cities, and we've been in headline for James Brown, for Maceo Parker. There's a lot of jazz and contemporary artists, but right now I'm at UCLA, put myself through school, and I plan to be one of the biggest entertainers of all time. That's right.
Why do you want to become famous?
I have plans other than just being a success for myself, but to be some type of role model, an image that young African Americans and blacks, you know, from age of 30 and under can look at and not be represented in drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Although it's a part of the industry, you don't have to represent that yourself to be successful. So it's good to be clean cut and to have clean money. Yeah.
So, though not all of these people want to become famous, there are some people who dream big and set themselves goals. But how do these ambitions develop?
I think to a certain extent one could say that wanting to become famous is part of growing up, or part of adult life. Just as fandom, the other side of it, seems to be part of growing up, or part of your adolescence. So it is well sort of a coming of age thing, so to speak, when all opportunities seem to be open. I mean, of course, if you're in your 20s or your 30s, you have developed some kind of career and a family, and etc. etc. So just becoming famous for being famous doesn't seem to be an available option, nor an option that one would even want to develop.
Since the crave for fame develops from an early stage, I asked some children back in Holland why they want to become famous.
I wanna be famous because then you can like keep on doing what you're good at. So if you're like good at singing, if you're like famous, you sing like all the time.
Because I want to show what I do best. Because I want to be a football player. Because I really like it, so I want to keep doing it when I'm older.
I want to become famous because maybe I'll get rich, and when I become famous and I make like stuff, like movies, everyone goes to the cinema like this.
Back in California, there was just one last destination I wanted to visit. This was San Diego.
What do you want to achieve by this?
Well, I'm going in two different directions. One is TV and film music, and the other one is performance and, you know, getting signed or world tour. Yeah.
So you want to become famous?
Absolutely. Yeah. Why I want to be famous is because it increases the amount of money that I make. Yeah, I want to get my ideas and my thoughts. I'm a very creative person, and I think, you know, when you get famous, you get more opportunities to do more things.
You think by getting famous you can do that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to fight for causes, you know, that I believe in. With my nationality being Mexican, I think we're discriminated against a lot more than all the other races, even black people nowadays.
As we can see, there are many different reasons why people want to become famous, And most of these reasons are not as simple as the want of money.
We know some research that has been done on this topic, and respondents in this kind of interviews with this kind of research say that they want to become famous, for example, because they want to have their 15 minutes of fame, 15 seconds of fame, just for the hell of it. Some people want to make a career out of it, and that can also have different reasons. For example, they want to become rich, or they want to become well known, just to have fans, just to have, well, just to be popular. Some people just want to be in the spotlights for a limited amount of time because they want to have their specific problem to be on the public agenda. For example, for things they experienced in their personal life. So there are various reasons for people to become well known in a general way and to become famous in a more specific way.
Some of us crave fame to be known for something we are good at. Some want to help others by using their fame to solve world problems. Then others want fame because they promised themselves to do so in their past. And of course, then there are those who love what they do, and fame is just something that came along the way. One thing is for sure, there's no easy answer.
As my feet come back to the ground, with a passerby, maybe a friendly smile for this ordinary clown. Oh, I don't know how to say it, but I think I can. 'Cause it's just the promise of an ordinary man.